Grounded 2 just came out, and over the next 100 days, I will tame bugs, fight bosses, and build the most insane base possible and explore this magnificent map. And to spice it all up, I'll be doing it in a WOAH mode.
Being tiny again, but the view is nice.
2 years have passed since Grounded 1, but I've been shrunk again. After exploring this new lab for a little bit, I found my new Scabby.
Congratulations.
After completing this mini training course, I was ready to take on the park.
You survived. Good.
I made my way to a ranger outpost which gave me a brand new Omni tool.
Wish I'd had one of these back in Tully's yard.
While looking for a way into the locked part of the outpost, I got a little reality check on how hard WOAH mode was going to be, as I got third partied and immediately taken out by lava. No worries though, I came back straight away and got my revenge. I spoke to my new boss and I guess a lot has changed since Grounded 1, because I now work for Ominent, the former evil company. I crafted up my first set of armor and set off to collect resources for a temporary base. I chose to camp out by the ranger outpost because I thought being next to a resource analyzer is a good idea. I immediately went exploring and stumbled upon my old friend Burgle's beheaded body. We are made to believe that Wendell tried to kill Burgle, but I don't think this is the full story. I also stole a spider's egg while I was here, but I wouldn't be able to hatch it just yet. On the topic of hatching eggs, I found this optical disc while I was in a cave, and once I handed it into the ranger outpost, I unlocked how to make a hatchery. My best friend also joined the game for a little bit. He only joins about 3 times in this video, so cherish this rare moment. We then teamed up to take out this ladybug. Our next mission was to steal an egg. Our strategy was very crude and underprepared, but we ran in as quick as possible and then ran out without getting killed. The mission was a success and I started hatching the egg. Unfortunately my best friend left, so I was back to playing solo. One of my favourite things about Grounded 2 so far is the new creatures. For example, the butterflies look so cool. I still killed it, but it looked cool. After I explored the map a little bit more, my ant was ready to hatch.
It looks good on me.
Soon after riding my buggy, I was confronted by a stranger who hacked my Scabby.
So easy to hack into.
Unfazed by this stranger's passive-aggressive taunt, I named my buggy Derek and went exploring. I retrieved another stolen optical disc in a cave where I was confronted by the stranger again. This time her passive-aggressive taunt turned into a real threat, as I was going to have to deal with a violent test.
Violent test. You better be ready.
Back at base I built some rudimentary defences and waited for this test, when all of a sudden me and Derek were ambushed by an orc wave. Sadly Derek went down early in the fight and I was left to face it on my own. Even though Derek was down, I managed to clutch up and take out all the orcs. But more importantly, I revived Derek. I'd just like to point out that on day release of Grounded 2, on controller there was this odd glitch with this looking sensitivity, which I think it turned like a normal linear sensitivity into this odd like exponential kind of sensitivity. Rainbow Six Siege had a problem just like it, like just over a year ago, and everyone called it a dead zone glitch. And it took Ubisoft, a AAA game company, quite a while to fix this. It took Grounded 2 less than 12 hours to fix this problem. Obsidian and Eidos Montreal really need a round of applause for this feat. Anyway, I crafted up some new and improved armor and me and Derek set off to the picnic table. I hacked this transmitter located at the top of the picnic table, and then like a fool, I died of dehydration. Speaking of fools, this stranger left 2 milk boilers out in the open, only guarded by a couple of spiders. I quickly dealt with them and then I looted my reward.
Mess with my army or the treasures.
Following this trail of routes, I came across a phone that had a very familiar ringtone. I tried exploring the northern ascent, but was scared away by this orc stink bug. However, I was not scared by this regular stink bug, and after killing it, I can now make a gas mask and head over to the trash pile. The trash heap was pretty easy. I parkoured up the bin and only had to take out one orc stink bug that was guarding the transmitter. I hacked the transmitter, then went to my next mission. I finally found some blueberries after I was tasked with taking out 2 orc bees. I dealt with them swiftly and then I farmed up most of the berries.
I asked you not to do.
I then got another optical disc located in the spider den. This cave also has one of the unique weapons, it's just stuck in this piece of gum. Next I skipped past the entire toxic anthill so I could get another optical disc. After handing in both discs, my next objective was to get to the statue. I hadn't watched any tutorials about Grounded 2, so the way I got up there wasn't the most efficient way, but this is how I did it. First I had to clear the northern ascent pipe. Then I broke through this cave. Found myself in a maze and I had to escape. I had to take out this orc scorpion. I looted this outpost checkpoint that had well needed resources. I killed another orc scorpion after I was attacked by a mini orc wave. I also got the trinket. I then failed some parkour. Then I failed it again. Third time's a charm and I found the correct path. Just by that brick there's a red ribbon. If you follow that it will take you on the correct path. Don't fall down like I do and not see the path at all. After not seeing the obvious path to go, I did some unnecessary parkour to escape. After falling down this hedge, I was then back on the right path. I knew this because there was another checkpoint here.
Put your feet up, bud. You earned it.
I then found this absolutely beautiful spot to take a photo. Only one thing stood between me and the statue and I took it out. And just like that, I was at the statue. I made my way up a ladder while I was getting ready for a challenge. The first level was very easy, only having 2 weevils. I took them out and made my way to the next level.
Stomach getting up.
Level 2 had a few orcs, but I easily defeated them and went to the next level. Level 3 had a mini surprise as they had hidden away a cockroach queen. The fight was difficult and I thought I had won the fight until the queen decided to have a second life. Even with a second life, I still killed it. My next mission was to repair this cable that had broken in 3 places,
I got this.
which then allowed me to flick this switch. Which then unlocked another room guarded by some orcs, which I also took down. I flicked another switch, and a third and final switch, which then finally allowed me to unlock the door and go to the next level.
Right, made it to the next floor.
This next floor had the most amount of orcs, but this was no challenge for me. Unlike normal levels, this floor had a ladder to get to it. I looted the rooms and hopped down into this vent,
crazy murder girl.
where I was greeted by some angry orc spiders. Naturally, I took them all out. Then I took some more out. After escaping the vent, I found the final pneumatic tube that would lead to the final floor. Even before entering, I knew that this would be a boss fight.
Hello
What I
again.
didn't know was how cool
The
her
Yard.
armor and weapon
You were
is.
warriors. That's who I want to see. Your true selves. I can see how you survived in the yard.
I just enter the room.
The fight was going very well. I knocked her out, got her past half HP, then all of a sudden, she regained all her health, gained a buff, and got some new attack patterns. One of the new attacks was a fire tornado ability. Then she destroyed me.
You're so weak, it's embarrassing me.
After dying, I returned home to get some new armor and a better weapon, because fighting a boss I didn't know how to beat while only having level 1 armor was a little ambitious. I swiftly made my way back to the arena, eager to fight now I was
Hello
better
again.
prepared.
In the yard, you were warriors. That's who I want to see. Your true selves.
Just looking, I promise.
Not bad.
Ooh, even I can't take it.
This fight was going way better than last time.
Touch me!
I finally started to get to her weak game when she ran away and deployed her guard dog.
Say hello to my big puppy dog.
Save the worst for last, huh?
Yes, wolf spiders are in Grounded 2. Now wolf spiders in WOAH mode are very dangerous, as even though I have level 2 tier 2 scorpion armor, I can still get one tap. I also didn't know the attack pattern fully, so I thought it would be best to kite the wolf spider in circles, focusing on blocking and occasionally returning attacks. My defensive style slowly paid off as I kept chipping away at the wolf spider until I took it out without getting hit once.
So, you're not totally weak. I won't go that easy on you again. You can have Burgle's head. I got what I needed. I gotta go. Dr. Wendell Tully is waiting for me.
As a reward for taking out the wolf spider, I was given back Burgle's head and a mutation. When looting this desk, pick up this red key that I miss, as you'll need it to craft the spicy Coltana, in which the recipe for that is also on the desk. I was also shown this end of story content pop up, but don't go anywhere as there are still lots to do. I made my way over to the frisbee and took out the orcs guarding the transmitter.
All clear. Sorry I got...
And proceeded to hack the transmitter.
Yeah.
While exploring, I found these 3 numbers, which also match these other 3 numbers I found. I then used them to unlock the briefcase that is on the picnic table. Back at base, I started hatching my first spider buggy. It's awkward to admit this, but it took me 10 whole days before I started to utilise this ambush mutation while charging up any kind of dagger.
Science? I like it raw.
I also discovered Mixers was in the game, and it would be my new priority to beat him.
Feet up, bud.
Back at base, and my spider buggy was ready to hatch. So I built the nest and hatched him.
You've got a neat little home. Look Look at you! Look at you! Abel!
I hatched him and named him Broodmother. I was delighted to find out the spider is very fast. And it is also way more handy to have in a fight. Before doing the mixer, I wanted to get the remaining optical disc, so I headed over to the ice cream cart.
Wish I had fries with that.
I got very lost in here, finding 2 Mega Milk Molars and a weapon trial before finding the disc, approximately 15 minutes afterwards. A handy little tip is to use a torch while in the ice, as it massively reduces the freezing effect. I finally found the optical disc, but don't forget to grab the ice key that's just next to the body. Unfortunately, I started to notice that there was this annoying bug in which most of the wolf spiders weren't spawning where they should be. I did find 2 wolf spiders, but after I took them out they never respawned, and I never found another one again. This unfortunately means I cannot get a full set of armour or craft the spicy Coltana. I next completed a load of ranger quests. I got my first gold card of the challenge before getting rudely attacked by a mantis. Naturally I had to take him out. I found the spicy key chest but stupidly forgot the key. It was now time to start defenses on the mixer. The design I came up with was a bit random, but then I had a genius idea to make some acorn turrets. I farmed up so I could make a load of pointy rounds. After placing the turrets, I was ready for the fight. I hadn't used a turret before, but this thing was insane. My plan was to use daggers for the smaller bugs and the turrets for the bigger ones. Deciding to place turrets was the best idea, they are quite overpowered. The waves were going quite easy, take out the small guys and blast away the big ones. For some reason I hopped out of the turret to fight up close. This could have been a critical mistake as I got very weak.
Wish I had fries with that.
Just a reminder, I am playing on the hardest difficulty. There should be no reason why a mantis should die this quick.
Yahoo!
With only one close call, I completed the mixer. Without a doubt, the turrets are a must-need when doing the mixer. Now all the story content is completed, I set my sights on building a base. I decided upon the top of the lamppost. While building a ramp up, I found this mini Easter egg hidden in the clouds. I do not want this to look boring, but this task mostly consisted of getting weed stems, building a bit more ramp, and then repeating it. I finally ran out of clover leaf and sap, so now I spent even longer farming. A lot of farming later, and I had reached my desired height. Took me a while, but I built a pallet. I then started to map out how the base would look. But before that would happen, more farming was required. I expanded the base a bit when I proceeded to think it was a good idea to expand the ramp 2 extra tiles. After widening the ramp, I added to the main base. The current cost was crazy. I started on collecting 1200 clover leaves first. It wasn't a hard mission, it just took a bit of time. Instead of hand picking 600 sap like a madman, I started farming for some sap collectors. A hot minute later and I had enough crude rope and acorns for 50 sap collectors. Yet again I still needed weed stems. It took some time, but I had built all 50 collectors, and as a reward I slept for the first time. While skipping 8 hours, the collectors already got 100 sap. My next dumb idea was to build 15 weed stem pallets and fill them all up. After farming up all the weed stems, I still needed 250 sap that I needed to hand pick. I expanded the platform, then got to work on the ramp. It took a bit of time, but now my base is a nice ramp. I am willing to claim my base has the best possible view. Then Barman joined back to show me a glitch that greatly benefited from being on high ground. The glitch was simple: jump, attack, pause, photo mode, fly. I tested it out a couple times for fun. Unfortunately, this glitch was low reward, high risk. I next worked on transporting all my loot from my old base to my new one.
Hey, big guy, let's go.
My base was far from complete, so I started by expanding the ground floor. That would require more resources, so off I went to get them. Farming done, now I could enjoy filling in all these blueprints.
Yeah.
A base isn't really a base if it doesn't have any walls, so that's what I did next. I went with the new pine walls, but I didn't realise how expensive they were going to be. I was in the pine forest for ages before I had enough needles. With pine needles done, it was back to weed stems. Now farming for the walls was done, I could fill in all the blueprints. Some people might think it's odd to block that majestic view, but trust the process. After farming for such a long time, I decided to take out some scorpions in the ice dagger trial. This challenge, compared to the spicy cold harder challenge from Grounded 1, was way easier, so I think it was a little bit harder than the mixer I just did. Regardless, I was slowly but surely taking out the waves of scorpions. I did have a close call with the big scorpion, so I took him out. I took so long to fight everyone that I completed the trial before I finished the final wave. While I was still in the ice area, I picked up that key I missed. Back at base, I built an unnecessary amount of spinning wheels. While designing a balcony, I caught OCD. I hit a nice snipe on a G-Nat invading my base. While farming for flowers in the flower bed, I found some of the remaining milk molars. To match the unnecessary amount of spinning wheels, I crafted an unnecessary amount of grinders. I also crafted and tested out my new way for exiting my base.
Just looking, I promise.
I was farming ant parts in the toxic ant hill when my icicles duplicated. Kind of cool, but unfortunately it was completely random and not repeatable. For anyone making an unnecessary amount of grinders, the toxic ant hill is definitely the best place for ant parts. Took me a while, but I got my second gold card. Next on my list was to build a good crafting / storage room. Sorry it took 31 days, but now my base is organised. I then planned out my bedroom and a room to showcase all my armour. I quickly did some farming, then built the rooms. I also started crafting all the armor types. It was only a matter of time before I added a roof to the base. Adding a roof was no small task, and I needed a load of resources. only took you guys 30 seconds to watch, but it was actually 2 days to farm. One satisfying time lapse later and my base was looking awesome. That lighting is beautiful. Here you can see my vision for a base expansion. Of course that would require a little bit more farming. This turned out exactly how I imagined. After showing off my base to Barman, I joined his world for a little tour. I also got to see what the spicy cold Hana looked like. We also climbed up the hot dog stand, where a small accident occurred.
Research, right? Don't leave me.
Back in my world, and I was still farming. I then added walls to my expansion. I did a bit more farming. So I could add a roof to the expansion as well. Now with the supporting arms built, I beefed up the platform. So that means I'm going to be farming again. I completed the platform and started to design what would go on it. I ended up landing on a kind of beach hut vibe. Naturally, I racked up quite the chopping list. So off I went to farm up everything. It took some time, but I was ready to fill everything in. I was mildly interrupted by this crow, so I peeped it, and I've got
can
the
run,
coolest
but you
screenshot.
can't hide.
Now my base was pretty much done, I worked on upgrading all my armor to the max level. After running out of brittle plating, I went hunting for grubs. I then crafted up a satisfying amount of brittle plating. Unfortunately, an update was released and it kind of messed up my world. I couldn't save the game anymore. My game became unbelievably laggy to the point of unplayability, and with certain creatures like wolf spiders not spawning, I kind of gave up on the challenge. Over the 42 days, my Xbox turned off 43 times, losing hours of footage that I had to replay. I did record 53 hours, plus any of the lost footage, and I only slept in-game twice. So I wouldn't have been too far off 100 days if I did sleep at every possible time. From the time of finishing playing and to the point of finishing editing, a month had passed, and they added a feature to repair my missing wolf spiders, but unfortunately it was still unbelievably laggy. I will play this world again if an update comes to fix this issue. Don't worry about me breaking my base, I only wanted to see if it was the reason the game was so laggy. My next video will be me seeing if I can beat Grounded and get all the way to New Game Plus 10 in WOAH within 100 days. This is my first long form video, so feel free to comment any constructive criticism, but before you go, can I tell you about this video's sponsor? This video is sponsored by the English Dictionary. I'm joking. But indubitably is a top tier word that you can add to your vocabulary.
Indubitably.
Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and enjoy the rest of your day. See you later.